I think we're ready. I think we're ready. Metroid Bros, we are so fucking back. Holy shit. I did not expect that much. I literally was not expecting Prime 4. But yes, let's go over those announcements a little bit. I'm not going to react to the whole thing. There's a couple that I want to chat about. God, I total like egg on my face. It was a pretty amazing direct. Fucking Nintendo and Xbox are rolling through this summer. Jesus Christ. So they announced a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff I'm not particularly that interested in. There were a few games. There were a few. I've heard mixed things about this. I know some people who are excited. Yeah, I've heard mixed things about it, but I do see a lot of people who are excited about this. But I've never played a Mario and Luigi RPG. I've never touched them. But yeah, Mario Luigi, I don't know. Donkey Kong Country Remake. I don't know if Retro Studios is also doing this. I don't know if another studio is taking over that. Couple things. Nintendo Online, they announced some interesting stuff. So Zelda Link to the Past, as well as Four Swords. Either way, this is cool. Classic Link single-player game for back where he had pink hair. I'd be curious to try this. I'd be curious to try Four Swords. I've never played Four Swords. I've barely played any of the GBA Zelda games, or any of the Game Boy Zelda games for that matter. We also have Zero Mission. A lot of people regard this as like one of the better Metroid games, one of the better 2D games. So that's exciting. I'm excited for that. So then they announced this, and this is apparently something they have in Japan, is they have the mature 17 plus N64 app. So it's a separate app that you have to download from the regular N64 online games. And the games they selected, one of them is weird. The first one was Turok, which is weird. Classic N64 game, Dinosaur Hunter, you shoot at dinosaurs. It's a little, like, frame rate wise, you can tell it's a little choppy, like, look at that. Turok already exists on the Switch. Not only does it already exist, but it's the remastered version. And it's literally an HD 60 FPS way to play the game. It's $20, which I guess is a little steep for some people, but it literally already exists. They barely touched the graphics. It's still the same game. It's the exact same game, but it's a lot clearer. And you can also like there's a lot more customization, like with controls. I don't think this N64 port is gonna be the exact same. I think it look at it. Look how janky this looks. But yeah, that's the weird one. Don't get online for Turok. You can just buy it and keep it forever. It's also done by Night Dive, who's an amazing publisher. Anyway, the next one they announced was obvious. The Perfect Dark for the N64, which I've never played, and I'd be curious to play it. Stop doing the input commands. Stop it, you. I've always wanted to try Perfect Dark. I've never played it. Looks fun. Could be fun. But yeah, so those were the ports. Those were, pretty exciting. And then there's Mario Party, which I don't care about Mario Party. I'm sorry. I'm going to skip this over. This one I was interested in, but I still don't know how I feel about it. We're going to watch it. This is the new Zelda game, which has the exact same graphics as Link's Awakening, the remake that they made. Tilt shift, toy, plasticky look. And I'm also curious to know if this is a direct sequel to that one as well, because it very well could be. So this is the Zelda, the Zelda-led Legend of Zelda game. But yeah, there's her Breath of the Wild shot, which is kind of funny. I will say I loved all the memes that came from this trailer. All the memes of Zelda throwing rocks and furniture and shit at monsters. That was pretty funny. I don't know how I feel about the gameplay in this. We'll get to that. People have pointed out that's Link's hood. That Link dropped that at the beginning. Look, he drops it on the ground, and that's literally the hood that she takes, which is kind of funny. But I don't know how I feel about her weird Gmod gameplay where she has a duplication wand and she can duplicate items and furniture and stuff. And I'd be curious to know if that going to be the entire game. Is just that. So it's like solving puzzles. It's like, oh, I just got to place tables down to climb up. It's cute. This is the kind of game you play it because it's cute and it has fun puzzles. I totally get it. It's not going to be a normal Zelda game. Yeah, is this all the gameplay is gonna be? Like, at some point she summons monsters. So she throws a rock at this guy.
You can also create echoes of monsters. After doing so, they'll fight by your side.
And she has her own, like, little fucking posse of monsters. It's cute. I can't deny that. I wonder how big of a game it's gonna be. Like, it feels like it's gonna be one of those, like, pretty short little puzzle games. So here we go. This is the GOAT, the Metroid Prime 4 GOAT. This is what I was waiting for. I saw that. I'm like, I was freaking out. Immediately freaking out. Well, we'll kind of watch the trailer first, and then I'll skim through it after, just so we can enjoy the full bulk of the trailer. But yeah, this is Prime 4. Very excited. Very excited. Gameplay-wise, again, visually, this is exactly what I said earlier, or what I said last stream, which is Prime Remastered was their little demo for the whatever engine that they're working on with Prime 4. And I mean, already we can see it's like, oh, this is very similar to how Prime Remastered looked. I wouldn't be surprised if they have some of the same assets too. It looks good though. Like for a Switch game, it doesn't look that bad. Switch games always look pretty janky, and even then, this looks like kind of a maybe current/last gen game. And here we go. Here's the money shot right here. Here's our boy. Oh my god. Our boy Sylux. Holy shit. Prime 4. Beyond. Look at that. Look at that right there. So it's for the Switch. Not Switch 2. Not for an unannounced console. They put the Switch icon there. 2025. I do want to point out a couple things. So first thing, that is Samus's Prime 3 ship right there. Her armor as well. It's the Prime armor, but the proportions are very different. Even the face plate, like the helmet, it's very, I don't know how to describe it. Like it's more, the shoulder pads seem a lot smaller. So that was kind of the first thing I noticed. Another thing I noticed as well is this whole intro gave me a lot of Prime 3 vibes. In fact, I actually wasn't sure when I first saw this. I wasn't sure if this was Prime 4 or a remake of Prime 3. Because there's a level in Prime 3 that is exactly like this. She has the same gunship from Prime 3. And there's a level where she has to fight space pirates in kind of like a desert canyon area in Prime 3. Not quite as cinematic as this, but it's very similar. Like this whole area reminded me a lot of Metroid Prime 3. I love how edgy that gunship is. It's a very 2007 redesign. There are a lot of crossovers with this and Prime 3, which makes sense because it's a sequel to Prime 3. So that right there, that is a pirate ship taken directly from Prime 3. Big thing here is our boy Sylux, who looks pretty damn cool, I must say. So Sylux, he's a deep cut. He is, nobody knows who he is unless you're a big Metroid nerd like me. I guess plenty of people know who he is. So he showed up in Prime Hunters. That's where he first showed up. And not only did he show up in Prime Hunters, he was a playable multiplayer hunter. But yeah, he is the, we don't know anything about him. He's barely shown up in any of the Metroid games. And this is his ship. This was teased at the end of Prime 3. Prime 3 ended and it showed his ship. And everyone's like, oh my god, Sylux is going to be in Prime 4. And I can't believe they're actually going through with that. And he's also working with space pirates, which is weird. Look at that. Look at that boy, though. He looks cool. There's our girl Samus. Prime 4. So this logo is interesting. People have pointed out that it looks like a black hole, like a singularity. I thought it looked similar to something in the trailer, and we might have to zoom in for this if I can. Is that just me, chat, or does that look very similar to that little... It looks like something. It looks like some MacGuffin. Looks like a Metroid MacGuffin. I think the logo vaguely ties into that. It looks very similar. I'm thinking this isn't just like a representation of like... Because a lot of people have been saying this is Metroid Prime 4 Beyond. So this is like Samus goes through like a wormhole or something. People are thinking that. I think it's a little too abstract. I literally think this has something to do with the MacGuffin or whatever power source or energy or whatever random MacGuffin the Federation has this week. More Phazon. I'm wondering if Phazon's going to tie into it. I'm wondering how the Metroid Prime is going to be in Metroid Prime 4. And yeah, this looks pretty. Little temple over here. What I honestly think is I think this whole section is from the first mission. I'm thinking very Prime 3. It's going to start like Prime 3 did. Probably maybe a little speedier. It's not going to drag on like Prime 3's opener did. What's going to happen is Sylux shows up and she's going to get her ass kicked to Sunday, or something's going to happen. Probably something happens with a MacGuffin. And if it's what people are thinking, which is like portal technology, it seems very likely maybe she got stranded on some other planet. Yeah, I think this is all the opener. Everything from here is like within the first hour of the game. If then, maybe even like the first 30 minutes. Sylux shows up, kicks her ass. Very Prime 2. So he shows up right at the beginning, and then he doesn't show up till the end. And he's maybe like one of the final bosses. And people have pointed out, it looks like she's walking out of a portal or something. Yeah, like here. But yeah, thanks for joining me tonight, chat. Thanks for chatting about Metroid Prime 4. Thanks for listening to a guy rant about Metroid lore. But yes, good night, chat. Take care. Have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your week. Stay safe. Stay healthy. I love you, chat. Bye-bye. Au revoir. Au revoir.